I'm Riley Wilkes,
I'm Jack Elliott.
and we are Good Foot Forward.
Paul McCartney, Ed Sheeran. At first glance, they might seem kind of similar. Right? Fairly comparable musicians, kind of doing the same thing,
They're
being
both British.
singer-songwriters. They're both British.
Oh, we're British.
But not the case. Ed Sheeran
Has red hair.
Just a knockoff
What the fuck?
of Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney
Has gray hair.
is where it's at.
This is probably going to be one of the hardest debates of my life because I like Ed Sheeran, but I've listened to the Beatles my whole life, and the Beatles are like my favorite band. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but here we go, and it's going to be great.
you picked Ed Sheeran.
I did pick Ed Sheeran.
I could have
wanted to-
argued for Ed Sheeran.
I'm going to argue for Ed Sheeran because I like Ed Sheeran a lot. Ed Sheeran is really cool. They are both like great pop artists. I'd say Ed Sheeran's a little easier on the eyes than, the old man McCartney.
Sir Paul? The cute one of the Beatles?
Well,
You think Ed Sheeran,
Dude,
who
wait,
goes on stage,
all the Beatles were
doesn't,
ugly though, man. Like-
never combs his hair, goes on stage in a sweatshirt.
What the fuck?
yeah. Well, the cute one of like a bunch of ugly people or a piece of ass like Ed Sheeran. I mean, I'm going to go, and plus like Paul McCartney's old as fuck. So, and Ed Sheeran, I don't know, he went on a Taylor Swift tour. Could Paul McCartney say that?
I mean, I guess not.
See? But I've been really impressed with Ed Sheeran's work.
He's all right.
He has 2 albums, Multiply and Divide, that are in like the top UK album releases ever. One's at number 20, one's at number 34. It's pretty sweet. His song Shape of You
Pretty cool.
is the most streamed song on Spotify. Like, that blows my mind. Like, out of every song, and there are 40,000 songs released every day on Spotify. Every
It's
day.
a lot of songs.
Yeah, it's a lot of songs. And one of his is number 1. He's also the most streamed artist in general on Spotify. And right now is number 5th in the world.
Paul McCartney, on the other hand, like if you want to play the numbers game, Paul McCartney is the richest musician alive today. He is worth $730 million. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
And
That's a lot of money. Fuck.
the money doesn't necessarily translate to like artistic skill, but in this
Definitely
case
to what's
it
popular.
does. In this
Like,
case it does.
He's making all that money because he's sold so much music.
Exactly. That's the cool thing about the music industry. Like, with the exception of obviously labels and like shady managers, and like there are the issues for sure. By no means trying to pretend like it's perfect, but
Yeah.
compared to other industries, there are a lot of people that get successful based on communities that they build around the creative products that they create.
Almost like a cult.
No. I don't want to relate music to a cult.
Paul McCartney's a cult leader.
I don't want to go there. It's about building people up and like, shared experiences between people. And so in a lot of cases, the really successful people are fairly good people. Right?
Paul McCartney's a really cool dude.
Not all the time. There are definitely exceptions to the rule, but the ratio, the percentage of good people in the music industry is way higher than any other industry out there. So I challenge you to go look at fucking...
I don't want you to go look at fucking,
I'm not gonna...
you can find some shit on Pornhub.
I'm not
but,
even gonna finish my point.
Yeah, of like the interviews of the two, they both seem like really classy people. McCartney, like, he's, I don't know, like, you watch a lot of his stuff, and he seems like a really cool old guy, and he's like considered like one of the greatest songwriters of all time. but he still is just like this genuine down-to-earth dude. And I'd say the same about Ed Sheeran too. Like, and it's obvious Ed Sheeran likes the Beatles so much that he was in that movie Yesterday.
Song title. I won't charge you a penny for it as well. Hey, dude.
He's probably a better actor than Paul McCartney because I've seen the Beatles movies, and McCartney can't act worth a fuck. But he looks good.
He
You know,
also
he was
has
cute.
done a lot of voice acting, like after the Beatles broke up.
Well, he's in
He was-
Pirates of the Caribbean.
He's
too.
in Pirates
Yeah.
of the Caribbean. He
Uh-huh.
was a cowboy on The Cooler.
No shit.
He
McCartney played a
was-
cowboy, like voice acting.
Yeah. he like co-directed a bunch of other stuff. I am forgetting all of the names, but like look it up. And
I'll
there's
check
a
it out.
long list of stuff that he's like co-directed / like voice acted in. Lots of animated stuff.
That's badass. It's hard to picture Paul McCartney voicing a cowboy. Hey, do you want to pull your pistols or whistle Dixie? Like, that's funny shit.
Hi there, Pilgrim.
So, but yeah, I don't know. They're both just like such good artists. I'm
Pretty
a big
cool.
Sheeran fan. I've listened to the Beatles my whole life.
Ed Sheeran's pretty cool. Paul McCartney's pretty cool. I will say that I definitely enjoy both of their music,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
Paul McCartney's better.
So, and Ed Sheeran is a piece of ass, and
You just think he's a piece of meat? You don't even
No.
care about his music. You just like his body.
what can I say? I like his red hair too, and his voice, and his music, and it's right now miles ahead of anything McCartney's doing. So, but we would like to hear what you guys
Yeah.
have to say.
You kind of got a point there.
So McCartney's releasing music, and we'll just leave it at
He
that.
is putting music out.
He's like, you know,
I can't say I've gone back to that album a whole bunch.
me neither. So, but yeah, we'd like to hear what you have to say. What are your thoughts on Ed Sheeran? What are your thoughts on Sir McCartney? Put them in the comments. You know, subscribe, give it a like.
Yeah.
So,
Come
And
back. We got another video tomorrow. Unless it's Friday. Then wait until Monday.
Yeah.
I don't know when this video is coming out.
it'll be coming out along with our revenge.
The revenge is on its way. It's going to be out soon. And then everybody's going to get their revenge. Because we all deserve a little revenge in these trying times.
Little revenge every now and then.